Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast on environmental sustainability. I'm your host, Jack. Today, I'm joined by environmental expert Anna. Thanks for being here, Anna.
It's great to be here, Jack. I'm excited to dive into some important environmental topics with you and your listeners today.
Awesome. Let's get started. As I mentioned, we're going to be covering e-waste, energy consumption, and carbon emissions. Topics that can seem complex, but I know you're going to break them down for us in a really clear, easy-to-understand way.
Absolutely, Jack. Let's start with e-waste. This refers to all the old, broken, or unwanted electronic devices and gadgets we accumulate over time. Things like old phones, computers, TVs, kitchen appliances, even toys with batteries.
Okay, so e-waste includes a wide range of electronics. What's the problem with just throwing these items in the regular trash?
Great question, Jack. The problem is that many electronics contain toxic materials like lead, mercury, and cadmium. When e-waste ends up in landfills, those harmful substances can start to leak out and contaminate the soil and nearby water sources. This can be really dangerous for the environment and for human health as well.
I see. That makes a lot of sense. So proper disposal and recycling of e-waste is crucial. Let's move on to the next topic. Energy consumption. What exactly does that mean, and why should we care about it?
Energy consumption is about how much electricity or fuel a device or machine uses. The more energy it uses, the higher the energy consumption. This matters because the more energy we use overall, the more we have to generate, often from sources like coal, natural gas, or nuclear power. And the process of generating that electricity releases greenhouse gases that contribute to climate change.
I see. That connection makes a lot of sense. Can you give us a simple, everyday example of how energy consumption works?
Sure, a great example is leaving your laptop or phone charger plugged in all the time, even when you're not actively using the device. That small trickle of energy the charger is using adds up over time and increases your overall energy consumption, even though you may not be actively charging anything. Simple changes like unplugging chargers when not in use can make a big difference.
That's a really helpful example, thank you. All right, let's move on to the final topic, carbon emissions. What are those and why are they a problem?
Carbon emissions refer to the release of greenhouse gases, particularly carbon dioxide, into the atmosphere. These gases trap heat from the sun and cause the Earth's temperature to rise, leading to climate change. The more fossil fuels we burn, like gasoline for cars or coal for electricity, the more carbon emissions get released into the air.
I see. So things like driving gas-powered cars and using electricity from coal power plants are major contributors to carbon emissions. What can people do to help reduce their carbon footprint?
There are lots of simple steps people can take, Jack. Driving less, using more energy-efficient appliances, switching to renewable energy sources like solar power, and generally being mindful of your energy consumption. Every little bit we do to consume less and emit fewer greenhouse gases can make a real difference in the fight against climate change.
Those are all fantastic tips, Anna. Thank you so much for joining us today and breaking down these important environmental topics in a really clear, accessible way for our listeners.
It's been my pleasure, Jack. I'm glad I could provide some easy-to-understand explanations of e-waste, energy consumption, and carbon emissions. Taking care of our planet is so crucial, and understanding these issues is the first step towards making a positive impact.
Absolutely. To all our listeners, remember, every little bit you do to reduce waste, conserve energy, and lower your carbon footprint can go a long way. We'll catch you next time on the Sustainability Podcast. Thanks again, Anna.
Thanks, Jack. Talk to you soon.
Take care.